welcome to another episode of the Moon Talk Streamcast. Welcome, my Web3 brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. We're back, episode 4.
Episode 4. Did I say 3?
Did you say 3? You might have said 3.
I don't know.
We're definitely 4. We're cruising. It's all just it's all blurring together now.
Yeah, man. We're gonna bust out a couple episodes today.
Rocket's taking off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I see you got your Detroit gear on. I do too. It wasn't planned.
Not planned, but our Lions tonight. They've got Hard Knocks debuting on HBO. I'm pumped for that.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not the same old Lions.
Oh my gosh.
But
I'm feeling good about our city right now.
only
Detroit.
time will tell, man. Only time will tell. Like, I know we're gonna play it up for the camera, but we'll see.
We'll see. We got something brewing down there in Allen Park. But how's your week, man?
Everything's good. Everything's good. You know, just paying attention to the market. Trying to. I know we were talking off mic. Like maybe we fumbled a little bit when Ethereum and Solana, some of the other coins were down a little bit. It's still technically down, but it's like, damn, it's looking a little bit more expensive now. Because
I know it's so funny. We're going through these waves with crypto and all these alternative investments, but man, that's what we're here on Moon Talk for, to navigate these waters, help educate people, go on these experiences with us. We're talking about alternative investments and emerging technologies and crypto and NFTs. It's a lot of crazy talk. And many people think it's especially crazy, but there's a lot of awesome stuff happening, and we want to just share. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah, and it's a lot to keep up with. I know you're on Twitter going through everything. You're better at the Twitter spaces than I am. But yeah, I think it's an appropriate time to just review utility of NFT specifically, what that actually means, and how to identify some pretty decent projects. So, for me, utility is what comes along with whatever purchase it might be. If it's a coin or a picture, whatever it might be, there's a description that comes along with that project of what else you get with the project. So think of it as like a buy one, get one free option. You know what I'm saying? Like some of those extra incentives to purchase, I don't know, a shoe, a watch. So trying to think of that digitally and understanding what you have access to. I guess that's my utility.
Yeah, basically by owning this thing, whatever it is, we're talking about NFTs, but by owning this, you get access to this, or you get this perk, or you get XYZ, whatever it is. Utility, we're talking about it like it's some big, complicated thing, but bring it to, where we are in today's world, just something simple like a ticket to the Lions game. When they open the season, you get a physical ticket, and the utility behind that ticket is being let in the stadium to watch the game.
Right.
That's utility.
And we go 1-0.
Simple.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right. Hopefully 17-0. It's still weird not being 16 games. I'm still not adjusted to that.
Yeah. When we went 0-16, we went undefeated in the preseason. So I hope we lose a couple games.
Yeah, right. Right. But on the utility aspect, being whether it's a crypto coin or an NFT, the fact that this asset that this thing that we're talking about, not a physical sports ticket, but this thing on the blockchain, this NFT, the fact that it's on there and can be validated on there and verified its origin and who exactly owns it, that allows the creator of the coin, of the NFT, or the founder, the people running the project or the business running the project, to then understand who all owns this stuff. They understand who exactly their customers are and where they are, and that allows them to make decisions really quickly. That allows them to add utility to this token. That the thing about it that can't ever change is that, Adam, you bought this at this time, like you own it. Right. No one can prove that otherwise. Yeah. Right. So now they can add to this token whatever they want to give you. If it's a clothing brand, a watch company, or whatever, by owning this token, this digital asset, you get a physical watch. We're just keeping it in our storage facility, our vault, or whatever. Like, just by owning this opens up this whole door of possibilities that a business or the entity can provide to you. It's really, it seemed kind of boring talking about it, but when you go down the rabbit hole of like what that really means,
it could be so much.
Anything. Yeah. Anything. Yeah. Think of, just throw out a random idea and see if we can break it down, or see if we can pull some utility or something that you've thought of in the past. Like, what's another idea?
Well, real quick, you made a good point about like the owners or the business users, whoever's running this project, they identify with whoever owns the token. And so it's like they can literally pull like data from their own customers or owners who own whatever NFT project, whatever piece, and they can create that utility as they go. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
There's people talk about roadmaps all the time in the NFT space. It's like, what's the roadmap? And so like what a roadmap is, it's the creators of a project will project, I don't know, however long, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be 5, whatever they decide. But hey, over these couple of years or this series of time, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to come out with merch. We're going to come out with a coffee.
Like their pitch deck to
yeah.
investors almost.
Yeah. And so like people who own these coins past the roadmap or even during the roadmap might have a say on how they want this project to go, which I think is really cool. Like,
definitely.
That reiterates that community piece that we were talking about last episode. But the utility is just like, it's both installed initially and it can be like flexible.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Like when you think one of the topics we wanted to talk about, ApeCoin, in the Bored Ape Yacht Club community, they're now entering mainstream, or actually I should say some, mainstream companies are entering Web3, entering this digital world. Yeah. You want to kind of just introduce what's going on there?
Absolutely. First of all, Bored Ape Yacht Club, they're doing a bunch of different things. Like they came out with their derivative project, the Mutant Apes, so it's a whole new NFT project. But in this particular instance, they came out with its own currency. So if you own, I don't know how many coins you get by owning a Mutant Ape or a Bored Ape, but you get an X amount of coins. But these coins you can actually purchase on the marketplace, like a coin-based platform or wherever you purchase crypto. And so I was cruising the internet and I saw that Gucci is now accepting ApeCoin. So you can purchase whatever Gucci apparel with ApeCoin.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild that they went there. Yeah, I believe that's the first cryptocurrency they're offering at however many locations or for the whole company, like where you can buy their goods with crypto. The fact that they went with ApeCoin versus Bitcoin or Ethereum or really why not any of those two, but like one of the more common or more mainstream.
Because it's like the face of that. Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks, I would say, are like the face of NFTs right now. So Gucci being the trendy, high designer fashion brand, I feel like they just gravitated towards that because it's more exclusive, like to have some ApeCoin because you would be a part of that Bored Ape community, which is extremely exclusive just based on price point alone.
That's the thing. It seems more strategic than it might look. Them just throwing spaghetti at the wall, but they're trying to match up their product, like you said, high end stuff with maybe one of the most, if not the most high end, profile picture type NFT in the game today.
And I think it's just cool that they're definitely paying attention. And other companies are paying attention to what Gucci does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Tag Heuer. Tag Heuer just got in the game. I think we have a clip, like a real short 10-second clip. Tag Heuer, a watch company, a German watch company, they're getting in the game with ApeCoin too.
There we go.
Being able to project the actual NFT on your watch, and they also accept ApeCoin to be able to buy their watches. So pretty wild.
Which I think is really cool because a lot of the knock against NFT is like it's just a fucking picture on your phone. Bro. Like you don't what do you do? So like it's cool that Tag Heuer, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sure we're saying that wrong. is incorporating that physically. Like I've seen people make chains and have like a holographic picture and saying I own this NFT or whatever the case, which is kind of corny right now, but who knows?
Funny you bring that up. Funny you bring it up. Tiffany's just came out with that. I heard it actually on the way over to the studio here to record. Tiffany's releasing a limited edition, like 250 chains. Maybe there's a more jewelry professional name to it, but it's I like chains. Specific CryptoPunks, which is again one of the most historical NFT PFP profile picture projects. And it got me who knows how it's going to turn out for Tiffany's and for CryptoPunks, but think about the owners. Oh, so they're being sold, 250 of them being sold for, I think it was 30 ETH each, which is $50,000. Like that's a lot of freaking money.
Yeah. But you're going to spend that on nice piece of jewelry anyway. You know
Right. So they're matching up too. But like the owner of the CryptoPunk that is being shown on that piece, they're getting paid to have their owned item used as this chain.
So they're licensing it from
Individual
the owner?
ones. Yep.
That's sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
So they're gaining some liquidity. They're not selling their CryptoPunk. They're not even fractionalizing it, but they're using their asset, their IP that they own now from owning this CryptoPunk, which is an NFT on the blockchain, in this way with Tiffany's.
I wonder how that works. Like Tiffany reaching out directly to Bored Ape 1040 or whatever, and they do a contract together. Like,
right?
I think that's super cool that they don't have to go directly to the creators of Bored Ape, because technically part of their smart contract was you own the IP of this character, this profile picture.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I know we're getting later in the episode another project that doesn't give out the IP. VeeFriends doesn't give out the IP to its owners, but the value creation is being attempted to be brought in different ways. But it was just cool. Like, I never believed in ApeCoin when it came. Like,
because we never really seen that. You haven't seen that yet. Like,
no.
NFT project come out with their own currency, then it being valuable in some way.
And it's like, why do it? Why do it at that time? Who knows, like, what the decisions or when the timing came into place. But when you think of what a project like Bored Apes is building with, you know, both the IP, the apes and the metaverse, like they're building this land, this whole ecosystem. Ultimately, you got to imagine this ape coin is going to be used exclusively, or not used exclusively in there, but in their ecosystem, ApeCoin will be the only exclusive currency to use. Right. So if people want to get in, like, Bored Apes is super popular right now in culture, and there's a lot of celebrities. But man, if the only way to purchase whatever in this land in 10 years, you know, when the Bored Ape Yacht Club metaverse is created, like, is ApeCoin, the value of that probably goes up if it is what they're trying to be.
Right.
It's weird.
And I think it, like, partnering with the fashion brands for them specifically is a perfect marriage, just because of how exclusive it is and what that community does. Like, they do the exclusive parties and things like that. So it only naturally makes sense. And it reminds me when we were at VCon listening to the head of Coach, like, sit there and be like, I don't know what the hell any of this stuff is, but I know we're going to have to figure a way out. And so, like, when I was sitting there listening to them talk, I'm like, how can NFTs be involved in fashion or, like, tangible, like, not only fashion, just tangible shit? Like, how can it coexist? And these are perfect examples of how that can happen. Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to think about this stuff. Yeah. Like, the one NFT I bought when I was there, the Invisible Friends, like, I thought that was ingenious. You know what I'm saying? Like,
tell a little bit of backstory about that, because it was a collaboration of two new and old things.
Yeah. So there's this project called Invisible Friends, and it's like a motion PFP, if you will. So it actually moves. So it's like a person that's wearing whatever clothes. It could be a rain jacket, a hoodie, a varsity jacket, some sort of shoes, boots, or whatever. Anyway, it's an invisible person moving, and it's this group called Invisible Friends. And
it was very popular.
Very popular when it first came out. I still think it's pretty prevalent. It's on par with some of the, like, original NFT projects, even though it's a little bit later. But they had this collaboration with Kith, which is like a streetwear brand. And so if you purchase this new NFT, this Invisible Friends wearing Kith, whatever it is, you pick the size of the NFT. So there's like a small, medium, large, extra small, extra large NFT of this. And so if you own this during the time period where it cuts off, they will send you every piece of product worn on the Invisible Friend. So that's
wild.
Like the hat he's wearing, the shoes, and Kith is super exclusive. So it's like you could flip this stuff immediately. Say, I wouldn't even know what it would be. I think it would be pretty highly coveted because it's an first NFT conception.
Yeah. But how would you describe Kith in today's, or like non-NFT? I put it in a category. I don't necessarily. Maybe you can give a better response, but I think of it in like the supreme, very.
I would say so.
Niche, limited, culturally like driven excitement.
Supreme's a very good comparison, and like you got guys like LeBron James wearing Kith, like a bunch of shit that you normally wouldn't be able to obtain. They sell out immediately.
Gotcha.
So like that's why I think that particular collaboration will be super valuable and appealing because I know they're testing out. This is the first time they've done it. But I'm just curious what the market value of those products would be.
And I think we both subscribe to the concept of and versus or, not.
Yeah.
It's going to be all NFTs and no, nothing physical. It's going to be all crypto and the U.S. dollar is gone. I think they're all going to play together in some way. Who knows how it works? But merging the physical and digital in these worlds and these transactions and these products is I love that a lot of people are testing it out now.
Right. And it's only going to get more creative too. This is like the first inception of this stuff.
Think about, I was so against NFTs and cryptocurrency deep in my trading card, my sports card hobby, because I got into sports cards because I was really excited about investing and learning about, predicting and just following these. Basically, I'd rather have a physical asset of one of my favorite players and speculate on whether it's going to go up and down than a traditional stock. So I had a hard time latching on to the fact, like, okay, now I don't even have a physical thing. But if you think in the future, like in the sports card world, if they combine the physical and digital, imagine if you got a physical card that also had an NFT attached to it, or vice versa. And with your Cade Cunningham rookie card, because it was an NFT, there's a utility built in that the owner of this gets a 10-minute FaceTime with Cade Cunningham once a year.
Right.
Or gets to go have lunch with him or go to the game, go to shoot around before a game once a year. Like little things that a sports card company can build into their product. And then that also brings Cade Cunningham more into the hobby. We call it the sports card hobby, but that means he's closer to the company and the fan. And if it's an NFT form, Cade Cunningham, he's getting paid on that. Right now, autographed cards, like a bunch of cards are sent to players, they sign them and they send them back to the companies, and then they get randomly, dispersed. Those players get paid up front for that. They don't make anything off the sales of those cards. And the trading card company, they don't get anything off the resale of the cards. So this is a way now in that scenario, for everyone to keep their original control and the profits.
Right. And in theory, it's the perfect marriage. But like you were saying, there's people who are adverse to it. Like, I can appreciate the fact you're like, no, these are like my physical, like, this is why I do it. So I can physically say I have this thing. And so, like, we live in this world of like, we're showing people the shit that we got, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's just an adjustment in itself. Like, you want to show off your car, you want to show off what kind of shoes you have, you want to show off your girl, whatever.
You're communicating with what you wear and what you buy.
Yeah, so like people being opposed to cryptocurrency in itself, because you can't, I mean, you can be like, I have this amount of Avalanche coin, and maybe only 2% of the world like really gives a shit about it. But you know what I'm saying? So like, once that actually happens, like with these collaborations with Gucci, ApeCoin, whoever, I think that's going to start switching. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are actually going to care about what type of coins people have. Oh, let me see your wallet. What's up? There's going to be a transition where that's going to be a little bit more appealing than it is now.
Right now, we're very private people. Like, in terms of
kind of
money. Yeah, kind of. Maybe I was just thinking in terms of money. Like,
yeah.
No matter what profession you're in, like, the money conversation is awkward. Like it's just people, it's not as commonly shared. How much money do you have versus me? But communicating with these collectibles or with the kind of car you drive or the watch you have, like, it's the same thing. It's just communicating in a different way.
Yeah.
It's weird. Now you can see what everybody else has. Everything is public. Like, so.
How do you feel about that? You like that or no?
It's nerve wracking. It's I sort of believe that we were never 100% privacy protected anyway, and like I don't know how that's ever possible, or at least I didn't before. Maybe I can be convinced, but like at least now you can't hide from it. Like it's harder to lie and it's harder to deceive.
Right.
Not to say that doesn't happen because it happens a lot, but like as this builds out, it's just gonna be it's gonna create honesty, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because like, and for just in case, like maybe take a step back for a minute, you can, and I'm just going to use Ethereum as an example, but you can buy an Ethereum domain name right now, .eth. We'll use NRM Streamcast.eth. And so you're able to search that name, and whatever is connected to that name, you can see the value of what is literally connected to that name. So our old podcast, I've got contractyear.eth. You can search that and see whatever the hell that I own and what I paid for it and everything like that. So I think it's cool, but at the same time, it's like you open yourself up for like, damn, AG was a dumbass. He bought whatever at this price and it has no value whatsoever. So like, I think it's definitely
In 30 years, we're having this conversation. Your first purchase, you always have to say it was the Hype Hippos.
Oh my god!
Like that, you can't run from that ever again.
Especially because I've said it on like 3 different podcasts,
No, I know.
Streamcasts, but
those aren't time stamped into the blockchain.
Yeah. No, it's a part of history at this point. So everything's public. Like you can literally go and see what Elon Musk has right now. Like that shit is a little crazy to me.
It is crazy.
Yeah, but it's an adjustment we're all gonna have to.
I'm not exactly a collector of fine art, but I've learned that people buy these these pieces for millions of dollars, and nobody actually sees them.
Yeah,
they're either at their home hung up, and literally the select
That's
few people
true.
that you invite in can actually witness and see that you have it. Or if it's really nice, you still put up a fake print of it, and you hide
the original, or store it somewhere.
Yeah. So there's something about, and it doesn't hit everybody off the bat. It didn't hit me, but there's something about being able to have your collection available for people to see.
That's a really good point, because like if you own a super dope art piece, like nobody's gonna know about it unless you openly market it. And if you're not trying to sell it, then what's the point of like being, I have this whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like if that's your goal, to show off. Yeah, show us.
Show us. Rick Ross said so elegantly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I don't know. It is nerve-wracking to know like you can literally see the price connected to it, but it is cool to be like, hey, this is my digital art gallery at the same time.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
But with that, like let's hop into VeeFriends real quick and talk about like some other utility from different projects. Because I mean, like Gucci, I talked about Balenciaga last week. Like great fashion, and I think VeeFriends has done that too. I think they partnered with Reebok.
Yeah, they partnered with some various Johnny Walker in real life brands.
Yeah, so like this is a great project to at least just study VeeFriends itself, Series 1 or Series 2, just to see what the owner's name is, Gary Vaynerchuk, and just see like what he's able to do with the project altogether. Like, there we go.
We got the presentation up.
Yeah, man. You want to?
Yeah. So Gary Vaynerchuk. He's a serial entrepreneur, but a lot of people might know him from his online personality, Gary V. He's all over social media, giving certain motivational type talks and really talking about business, asking people questions. He created an NFT project of his own, and it's funny you open it like that because he wanted this to be a blueprint for other people jumping in and starting their own NFT projects. So,
and I know what you're thinking. It looks like shit, but we'll get to it.
That's the provenance behind it. His goal ultimately is to create his own version of Disney / Pokemon / Transformers, like to create meaningful intellectual property, meaningful
Yeah.
characters to help share the message that he wants to share. And that message is all about, positivity, honesty, being a good human.
Core moral values.
Yes. Soft skills in the workplace, like the things that have almost gotten a bad rap. He wants to prove that you can build companies by treating your employees with kindness. He wants to share all of these really great traits with the world, but he realized it can't always come from his mouth. Like, it's not a vessel that everyone hits. But to make the biggest change, he wants to create these characters that share his message through cartoons, TV shows, movies, card games. Like, ultimately, like, think of Disney and how much products they have, out there. He wants his own version of that. So he started with the Series 1 rollout last May.
Which he literally drew, so that's why they look just like
very first sliders. These are probably the 4 best drawn sketches, but they're sketches. They're from his pen.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure that it was from his pen to the blockchain.
Yeah, and to your point, real quick, to talk about Disney, like if you think about the first drawing of Mickey Mouse, it wasn't the final product that you see today.
Right.
So that's what I believe he's going for. Like, these are the initial ideas I literally put on paper, but we're gonna, bring them back to where they're supposed to be and what these characters are supposed to transform into, just like a Mickey Mouse or just like
100%.
Name whatever cartoon that
and
was
let's
originally
be real,
drawn.
The original sketch of Mickey Mouse drawn by Walt Disney, if it's on eBay, it's going to go for millions and millions of dollars.
Right.
Like, there's something that's the first. It's the provenance behind that is everything. So he created these characters initially last May, and since then he's had a couple different phases of the rollout. Ultimately, a couple months ago, I think it was in May of 2022, he released his Series 2, which is basically these characters coming to life. They're much more animated. They're a lot cuter. You can kind of see them really being latched on. You can see kids and you can see people really understanding how maybe these characters can be put into animations, into various types of things. And so it's been really interesting to see the evolution of that. But over the last couple of months, they started to roll out, I love that one, the entrepreneur elf, the patient panda. He's one of the biggest characters. Gary talks about patience.
Do they have deals yet? Or any of these ones have deals yet?
Not yet,
Okay.
but it's like the ultimate speculation. What is he going to do with these big characters? Like that ambitious angel in the clouds is so awesome to me. So, like, recently, and we're just going to scratch the surface today, but like some of those scenes, there's a scene with the wine cellar in the background. I know we got about 2 minutes left. There's a scene with the wine cellar in the background. He just scheduled a special event in New Jersey where he's from, where anyone who owns the scene of those tokens, so there's maybe 300 total, can come to this special question and answer session and wine tasting with Gary at his, at a special place near where he lives. So
real life utility, baby.
Real life utility. We'll keep talking about, or we'll keep bringing up some of the different scenes and how those utilities are playing out. But it's been really cool to see VeeFriends 1 turn into VeeFriends 2 and so forth. And
yeah, in a nutshell, he'll take a character like, I don't know which one. I can't read that.
Befuddled Burglar.
Befuddled Burglar. He will go out and figure out some sort of deal where it makes sense. Like the one that comes to mind was the Johnny Walker deal with the gifted goat. So if you purchase that bottle, it's going to have the NFT character on that. And if you own that NFT, the value naturally goes up because they want a piece of that Johnny Walker deal because it has so much visibility now. Yeah. So his goal is to take all of these characters and kind of figure out a way. I don't want to say finesse a way because it's not a finesse, but like he will go make literal brand deals like the deals that we've discussed, not all in the same vertical either. So these are not like all fashion deals, all drink deals or whatever the case. So another example of some good utility, man.
Yeah, we'll keep it rolling the next episode, but this was a good one, man.
Yeah, man. Hope you guys learned something today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Take it easy.